Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. Let's see what we got in the chat so far. We got Kane. How you doing, Kane? Of course, we got Daryl here. How you doing, Daryl?
I'm doing okay.
We got Nate from Go Karts Gone Fishing. Howdy, Nate. Miss Lisa Ann, how you doing, dear? John, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Ben, we got the whole gangs here. So, yeah. This weekend, I mean, everything. It seems like everything I touched just didn't go the way that I wanted it to. So um, I'm ready for Monday to start. Maybe we can hit a redo.
Well,
Uh,
well, that was the first thing you did was you didn't paint that tractor John Deere green.
no, no, it would never ran then.
I mean, that was your first mistake.
No, no. I mean, those. There are actually really nice tractors. I mean, they do a great job. Everything. It's just that one little flaw that they've taken care of now. It sucks that there's not a recall on it because um, of course we did it in house. Total with parts and everything was $600, I think, something around there. Um, and I mean, if they're calling for 3.5 hours of labor, um, so you put another $400 on top of that for labor. You're talking, almost $1,000. So that's a pretty healthy chunk for somebody to show out. So,
But
hey,
that's
Mudster, how you doing, buddy?
they didn't give you, but it wasn't given but 3 hours to pull that motor out and all that stuff.
That's what the technician's note says on the instructions. It says 3.5 hour job. I don't know if they have a flat rate for that stuff or not, but it actually took me. I could have had it done in like a day and a half, but the nature of my job, I get called away a lot and pulled away and have other stuff to do. It I started it on a Tuesday or no Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday I had the Tuesday after or Wednesday morning I had the motor out. Wednesday afternoon I had to order an oil pan. Um, it didn't come in until I didn't get it till the following Monday morning. So, but then I had it back in first thing Tuesday, the next Tuesday morning because I had to run and get the parts. And but one setback was my cherry picker. I hooked it all up and started pumping it, and she started like gooshing out oil. So I'm like, this ain't no good. I mean, it barely had enough pressure to lift up the arm, let alone pick the engine up. So we ran down to Hobo Freight and bought a new lift cylinder, threw it in, and I wanted the air operated one, and their website said they had one. Got there and they didn't have one, so I had to get the old manual style. So, but yeah, she works good now. So, and
But
it, it actually,
I mean, with all them hoses and all that stuff, it looks like it would have took you. It would took you 3 hours to pull the doggone thing out.
yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, I was being careful too, and uh, if you've done one or worked on them tractors more, had more knowledge of the how they're set up and everything, um, I'm sure it probably would have been a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to be careful and uh, make sure I got everything, and uh, you know, keep reading the instructions over and over again because my dyslexia. That's part of my dyslexia is my reading comprehension um, doesn't it won't coincide, and you know read it 3 times and go look at it and it's like, what the hell did that say?
Yeah,
And then go back to it and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what you got to do. So
I got. I didn't have the greatest of weeks either. It, the I I pulled up to a pulled up downtown down here. Went to get back in my truck. Hey Ken, but and the doggone the Advance Auto is right across the road from where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to do free battery testing and all this stuff. And I called them up and I asked them, how much was one of those? How much would they charge? I said, would y'all come over here and help me get my truck started so I can get across the road to you? And I'm sitting there looking at two delivery trucks sitting right there in the parking lot this Thursday afternoon, and they said no, we ain't got nobody here to drive over there. So I finally got somebody to jump me off, and so that ticked me off. I drove the truck home, and I charged the battery Friday, all day Friday, on low charge. Then Saturday morning, I got out there and it started sounding like it was slow turning over. So I stopped at O'Reilly's, and $250 for a battery for that GMC out there.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a heart stroke. I mean, whatever happened to those $50 to $150 batteries?
I don't know what happened to them. I know, like my golf cart batteries, when I was buying them at the end of last season, I used to be able to get a set of 6 for a 48 volt for right around $700, $750, somewhere right in there. They're over $1,000 now for a set of 6.
Oh, yeah,
so.
But I went, I went down to. I have officially took Advanced Auto off of my list of places to call, because I'm practically sitting right across the street from them, right across the street from them,
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't even come down there and jump the thing off so I could go down and buy a battery from them.
Yep.
But the way that battery is sitting in that truck, you got to take half the braces off under the hood to get the doggone battery out of it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I try to avoid, even O'Reilly's and Advanced Auto Parts and AutoZone. I just because they hire anybody off the street anymore.
Yeah. But through the years, if you look back at of how much money I have spent, if they'd pulled my name up on the computer, they would know how much I've spent that doggone place. Because the only thing is because they're the two closest places to here. Napa's the next, all the way over in the next town over. So I don't, some things I go on to Napa for, but I ain't gonna make a special trip all the way to Napa for something like a battery,
Right.
And they all sell basically the same batteries.
Yeah, for the most part. Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Hey, Scott. Yeah, and then O'Reilly said when I got down there, they hooked the gauges up to it and said, this thing ain't even showing no charge at all on it. And I said, well, I reckon that means I got to buy a battery. This thing still had a GM battery in this thing, and this is a 2015. If I could, I don't think that was original battery, but that's 9 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And Scott says he buys used batteries at junkyard. at least around here, you can't find the used batteries in the junkyard no more. I think maybe Pull Apart might have some, but like all the scrap yards and stuff, they scrap them things out because they're getting top dollar for them right now.
Yeah.
Or at least they were. My son-in-law, he took in a bunch, and that's what he said. They're getting top dollar for them. So,
Well, that was the core charge on that one was $23.
right.
They said that one would require a shop to change. So I had to come home and change it out, and then go back, take the core back down there to them. It wasn't one of those deals where they changed it out at the store. So
There's some places won't change them anymore. Especially the ones that are like buried inside the car and stuff.
yeah, it's sitting back up against the firewall, and you had a couple braces and stuff you had to take out. Yeah, Scott. I mean, back in my used up car days, there's a place in South Carolina where they do dump the acid and everything out of them, and they actually basically rebuild them. So, I mean, I could get those back in them days for about $20 or something like that.
They don't do that here. Our junkyard. You keep forgetting there where I live. I live in New York. Most people are too cheap to fluid fill their vehicles, so they rust out in 3 years. There's a lot of cars up here. There's a couple cars right in the junkyard up here were junked about a couple weeks ago. They're like, one was 2018. I'll go and I'll buy a used battery.
Oh yeah. Okay. Kane says he couldn't work at a junkyard. He'd want to bring everything home. I'm the same way, Kane. That's why I don't go to like Pull Apart and stuff. I'd be in there like, I'd go in for like a $20 part, and I'd come out of there with like, 5 wheelbarrow fulls of stuff.
Are you trying to say Ed, you like junkyards?
Mm-hmm. I used to. We had one kind of close to where my parents live, and heck, almost every other weekend I was going there to buy parts, but also just to run around in there and see what all kinds of good shit they have.
Oh, I went in there a couple weeks ago. I found I need a top for my convertible, my Volkswagen Cabriolet convertible. They got the whole convertible top there. I went in there and asked them how much for the blah, blah, blah. And they said, $150.
Yeah.
I went out and got it.
Now they have a scrapyard here in the town I live at, but usually as fast as the stuff goes in, they're shredding it and breaking it down and getting rid of it.
Well, that's the thing about the scrap yards around here is the state law is once it goes into the scrap yard, it can't come back out. I mean, because I had an '88 Chevrolet pickup truck that I needed a left-hand door forker, a right-hand door, because the one I had was bent all in, and they had the perfect one sitting down there. They actually had 2 of them sitting down there, and I walked in and I asked him. I said, "Can I buy the doors off of that truck y'all got sitting out there?" "Oh no! Once it comes in here, we can't sell it. Sell parts off of it because we're a scrapyard." I mean, and I said, "Well, I'll go get my other door off the other truck and bring it back down here and put that one back on it, just to, just do a swap and still pay y'all boot to it." And they said, "No, we can't do that." I said, "You damn."
Somebody had a damn.
Yeah, they're getting crazy anymore and that stuff.
Yeah, the scrap yards around, like the scrap yard here, a couple of them here in town, if they get a car in, yeah, they can't, you have to give them the title, it becomes salvage, and they can't resell it. But the scrap yard, the one big scrap yard, The way they get around it is they have a auto scrapyard right next door. It's the same company owned by the same people. They just do some repairs. So every car that comes in goes over there so they can pull parts and stuff off of them. And, the junkyard takes the scrapyard takes what's left after they strip them.
Oh yeah, we could sell parts here. Thank God. Give them, of course, not to be political, but what is it, next 20, 30, something, whatever here, they're going to ban all gas cars. So, eventually you won't even be able to buy used body panels. So just.
Well, that's the thing about it, Scott. It ain't going to happen by 2030 because of the fact General Motors, Ford, and another one said the other day that they were scrapping their battery operated cars because since the other week when it got so cold, all those Tesla spots up there in Chicago, they all froze up and they couldn't get. They had to haul every one of them out of there.
You forget where I live, Daryl. My governor don't care. They don't care. They're making it hard for you to do anything. I'll be gone. I'm gonna be gone if I have to go. If I have to live in a tent, I'm gonna go to a tent.
but your governor cares more than most places do, Scott, because they got a law on the books that you can't idle a daggum truck over 5 minutes, supposedly, unless it's. They might not mess with you because it's cold or something on the outside, but you're not supposed to idle a truck over 5 minutes up there. So
my new truck won't idle by more than 2 minutes. So
the
automatic shut off.
Up here in Cleveland, for a while they had a program where you could rent one of those little electric scooters, the stand-on scooter things. It only lasted like a year. It wasn't real popular or whatever. So they put all these scooters into a warehouse. Well, now the warehouse, they wanted to get rid of them. So this smart guy went in and bought every one of them. I think he bought like 5,000 of these little electric battery operated scooters.
Holy crap.
For like $1,000. I mean, he only paid pennies on the dollar for these things. Brought them in and is refurbishing them and reselling them, taking like the good batteries and all this kind of stuff out and putting them in. He's selling them like $150 for a $400 scooter, and he's already made his money back, his investment, and he has like three semi trailers full. And the reason that they sold them, the company sold them, is because the lithium batteries in them, they can only store X amount together, Yeah. And being these things are in a shipping or a semi trailer or whatever, however he's hauling them, he don't have the storage issues. But yeah, he's selling them faster than he can get them refurbished. He's actually hiring people to help and still making money on them,
Yeah,
I believe it.
But then again, if these electric cars got such a bad reputation about catching on fire now, especially like down in Florida where Briggs' family's from, they got all them when they had that hurricane come through. Every one of those doggone electric cars down there caught on fire. So because I guess it's because of the salt water shorting them out, probably. And some of these, and a lot of places, I think some other places is.
I don't think it even has to be salt water. I think as long as if the battery gets submerged, it can short out and catch fire.
Yeah,
don't scan. I'm not for sale, buddy. Bling don't mean a thing. Bling bling, bling bling.
I don't. But Toyota has figured out the hydrogen cars. Now those might take off.
Maybe.
Because hydrogen gives them is better than having something that pull over and put water in the things
Oh shit.
and take off compared to compared to having to charge the battery up every 250 miles. Hey, 710.
There's so many. They're doing so many crazy stuff. Hell! I got one for you, better, Gerald. Like I went to go buy some um hole punchers for my cordless hole puncher. You know, I had to buy the hole punchers, and I had to fill out a background report check and give them my and they want my Facebook account and any social media I'm on for the last 3 years, so they go background check by hole punchers for my portable hole puncher. You know, the stuff.
They didn't go as far as Facebook, but the last one of those I bought, they still made me fill out the paperwork, all that background paperwork, even though I got my CC concealed carry in my pocket. You know, I pulled that out to start with, and they still made me have to do send off, you know, do the.
Oh yeah. But I mean, when they ask for my social media account, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Anything they want to check every comment you made. Ain't that nice?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, the guy laughed. The guy laughed at me. I says, "Hey, I've called our governor a witch online. Maybe they'll say I won't. I'll have to turn in my hole puncher." And he said, "What would you do?" I says, "I wouldn't. I guess I won't have a permit anymore. I ain't turning in my hole puncher."
Yeah,
punch holes.
Ben, his cordless hole puncher operates on black powder.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I'm being nice. Don't need that getting that in trouble.
Hey, fix it.
I fix it. So.
It's just you know, everything's getting crazy. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yesterday I went out in the shop and was working on monkey business, and I just everything I touched on it just, you know, wasn't going my way. So I redid the coupler on it, got the new hole drilled, got it actually welded up the old hole for the old pin that wouldn't work, and when I got it home and got it all installed and everything, and I actually made brackets for the carrier bearing in the middle. Went to drill it, and apparently I hardened the shaft, so I can't. I ruined a good cobalt drill bit, so I'm gonna have to take it to the machine shop and just, you know, hopefully they won't be like a 4-week wait. I just need to punch a hole through it. There's a nice mark. I went down, you know, a little bit, but yeah, it wasn't drilling. So,
that's normal.
Well, as I was welding it, I thought to myself, maybe we should, like, you know, take it home after we re-drill the. After we redo the coupler, we can take it home and drill the hole in the shaft and then weld the old hole up. Yeah, I just went ahead and welded it. Like, I've done it before. No big deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I know it can harden them. I just wasn't thinking, so.
All right. At least you did. At least you can honestly say you know how to harden steel now.
Oh, I am well aware of how to harden steel. So, like I said, I'm just gonna have to take it to the machine shop and hopefully they can. Like I said, there's a nice mark there where you can, you know, they just got to put it in the put it in the mill, and hopefully be able to mill a hole down through it. It just sucks that I couldn't get it, couldn't accomplish one task. I had to keep bouncing around, and
Well, that mill your brother's got, you can't take it over there and do it, Ed?
he don't have a mill; he has a lathe. So
okay.
I gotta drill a hole, like a cross hole in it.
Did Mark ever get one?
No, Mark didn't. Mudster, I need a 1/4-inch hole milled through it. So I'm gonna call him first thing in the morning and see if I can stop by after work or whatever and see if they can punch one through it. Hopefully they're nice enough, that they'll do it for me and not have to wait a long time. But I did come to the conclusion I do have to move the shaft, the clutch pedal back about 4 or 5 inches. So, all right, Mudster, I'll keep that in mind if my regular machine shop can't get me in quick enough. But yeah, I'm gonna have to move the shaft back. I think I can go back like 4 inches and still be okay. The linkage will just be short, which ain't no big deal. But I did look at Vevor mag drills. I can get a pretty decent one for a couple $100. I actually added it to my Amazon wish list. So if anybody wants to support the channel, yeah. But no, I think I can square up with enough with a drill, hand drill, and it has to go through two layers. That frame in there, that area is 2 layers. But if I drill the outside one, I should be able to square up fairly easy. And if I'm off a little bit, I'm going to put bushings in the frame anyways that the shaft goes through. So I'll just oversize the hole, put the shaft through, make sure it's running level and square, and weld them up. So not a big deal.
That's
So,
that's the thing about it. Nobody wants has the doggone stuff to do milling or anything else anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know a couple of people that have mag drill. I know a couple of people that have mag drills, but I will never ask to borrow them because I know what they got in them. And the way my luck goes, something would happen to it, and I can't afford to replace a couple $1,000 mag drill. So, the people I know that have them don't have cheap ones. They're the one's a cordless Milwaukee, which I looked at it, things that is nice, and the other one I forget what brand it is. It's some other kind of like high dollar brand, but they use them all the time. I mean, almost daily. So I understand why they would buy, a high quality one. But for what I'm going to use it for, a few times a year, the Vevor one would be just fine. I looked at other ones on Amazon, and they don't impress me. Hey, we got a superstar.
There's Jeff. It's only me.
Look at this.
You got your hair all combed and your beard all combed?
He must have had a hot date today or something.
That's what I'm thinking. You dating,
No, she told me I got to get it shortened up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She said you're getting out of hand.
All right. Looking a little scruffy. She's being ashamed to see you outside with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. So what do you mean you don't want to borrow my mag drill?
I won't borrow something like that. Not something I can't afford to replace.
Well, what you do is package it up, ship it to Jeff. Jeff drills the hole in case it tears up the drill, and then he ships it back to you.
Oh, I ain't
I
worried about. I ain't worried about hurting the drill. The drill's gonna hurt you long before you can hurt it.
What are you snacking on there, Briggs? You got a big old sub sandwich there?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The big monster.
All right. I looked at Jimmy John Saturday when I was uptown. I'm like, oh man, a nice big Jimmy John sub sounds really good.
Jimmy
Nope.
John's.
Yeah,
What is Jimmy John?
it's a sub shop around here.
Oh,
Friend of mine on Friday, he went over to the Amish country over here, and he brought us home turkey sandwiches from the Amish,
I seen them online.
and that was something else. I mean,
fresh bread.
it don't taste like that Walmart turkey. I can tell you that now.
No.
Walmart deli turkey.
They raised that turkey over there on the farm and everything.
We had a Jimmy John's here, went out of business because our local sub shop is better than they are.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Years ago, there was a little sub shop in the town I lived in, where my parents lived at, and their subs were phenomenal. But you know, it's like anything in a small town. You know, people don't.
Yeah.
You know, people lose interest in it, and so. But Thursday, one of the guys I work with, he raises his own beef and stuff, and his wife basically likes hamburger, and so they have some roasts and stuff. He brought me a couple in. I cooked them suckers up today. Delicious.
You saying you blew your diet today, Ed?
No, actually I did not.
no, he didn't eat them on bread.
No.
He had an open faces sandwich.
Yep, they were about 3.5 or 4 pound roasts. I put 2 of them in the crock pot just to cook them both up because they were frozen, but they thawed out. So I bought a big thing of the sliced portobello mushrooms and a nice big onion. Sliced that onion up and the portobello mushrooms, and put those in about an hour and a half before it was done. Oh man, delicious!
You know,
I
you
got
make
lunch.
me hungry.
I got lunch for all week. After having a nice big bowl of it there. So
No.
but next weekend I got to go to the tractor club that I belong to. They're having their banquet, trophy banquet and stuff next Sunday afternoon. So I have to figure out a potluck dish for that. I think I'm going to make green beans with bacon and feta cheese.
And some shrimp to go with it.
How about some
Nice.
peanut butter sandwiches? Everybody loves peanut butter sandwiches.
Well, they're providing the chicken, the grilled chicken, and all the drinks. So everybody just brings side dishes. Cajun, how you doing, brother?
Okay.
Hey,
Wow.
Keaton,
But
I love that sub shop. Where else how can you go wrong? A 16-inch long sub with a pound of meat, an order of shrimp, and a couple packs of cookies for less than $10.
I used to go to Jimmy John's when I was still eating bread.
yeah, right, Daryl.
I used to go to Jimmy John's and get their gargantuan sub and an extra loaf of bread because they'd sell their like day old bread for like $1. I'd come home.
Yeah.
I would come home and slice the meat in half because they put it on and then kind of like fold it over. I'd open it up, slice it down the middle, take half the meat, put it on one sub, leave the other meat on the other sub, and I'd have 4 lunches right there. Take a quarter of the sub, 2 or half of each sub, every day for lunch, and I had 4 days worth of lunches.
Oh, I believe it. Some of these places, like this place here, does that too. They actually put so much meat on it, you could make 2 subs.
Well, and the price for that. I mean, if you go to like the Subway or whatever, they don't have anything to match that amount of meat. But I mean, to get 2 foot long subs, it's way more expensive than just buying that one. So,
Oh yeah. Subway used to be. I used to love Subway, but they've gotten overrated anymore. Their
Yeah.
$5 foot long. Their $5 foot long ain't $5 anymore. It's like $10. And by
Yeah.
the time you add all the they've cut the meat down so much, it's not worth it.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to like going to Subway because I like the flavor of their breads and stuff. But
Yeah.
now that I'm on the no carb diet or low carb diet, I don't go there. I have gone to McDonald's and got a breakfast sandwich, but I don't.
You got to splurge once in a while.
Mhm.
The only thing
Well,
McDonald's is good for is the fries.
Yeah, I do miss the fries. The other day I was driving by and the wind was just right, and they must have been cooking up huge batches of French fries because that's all I could smell was the French fries when I went by. So,
But when you go getting the fries, see, you got to break out this pen.
No, you go get fried.
Now this is the long-term pen, so I mean,
Say
Hi, Adam.
saying you got weak and bought a batch of fries that day.
no, nope, I did not.
That's good.
Kept on going on home and had a handful of pork rinds.
Tell Millie like
Here you go.
So, hey,
That's
Adam, how you
smart.
doing, buddy? But
you
yeah,
He loves the smell of that stuff.
some days it's harder than others, especially working right like catty corner across the street from Burger King. When that wind's just right and they're cooking lunch, whew, it's rough. But I have gone to Burger King and
King's got
ordered
nice
like,
burgers.
well, I have gone there and they you can order their like the Whoppers and stuff without bun, and it comes in a special plastic container that they have made up, and it's got all the toppings. It's got the lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, mayo. If you want the mayonnaise, and all that stuff on them, and I've gotten that a couple times.
Didn't know they did that.
Oh yeah, Burger King's the only ones that do that. But like me, I couldn't do what Ed's doing because like me, I love Arby's. Oh, the Arby's are one of my favorite.
I used to love Arby's until their prices got ridiculous. For what's in them, when it used to be like you got a chunk of meat and everything, it's okay. But I did also see an advertisement for the come up on Facebook or something. The Baconator from Wendy's. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I was struggling, man. I was like, I am glad it's like 10 o'clock at night.
I'm glad Wendy's
Yeah, but
is like an
they
hour and a half away.
they stay open to about 12. There, Ed.
I was already ready for bed. I had my PJs on and everything, so I wasn't getting dressed to go run up, drive 12 minutes each way to get a fat burger. So, and Lisa says In-N-Out Burger does it too, so that's cool.
Did they
I know
got
you
one
can
of
do
them
it.
Five Guys burgers out by you?
Mm-hmm.
I went there
Five
once
Guys
or
are
twice.
overpriced.
Yeah, I wasn't. I went one time and I was not impressed. Nope.
Our Arby's, thank God, hasn't done what yours has done because I think they're all. I don't know if they're franchise owned or not, but I think ours still does a decent job. But those Five Guys, I mean, they're. I don't like that. I think they're overpriced. They're good burgers, but they're overpriced.
Yeah. I mean, the burgers tasted good, but I mean, from where I live at now, it's 40 minutes for me to get there. So it's not worth the cost, for what you're going to get, I'd rather just cook one here up at home. And Cajun says Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s been doing it for 20 years. They call it the low carb bowl. Then they add white gravy if you ask. Yeah, it'd be low carb until you added the white gravy.
Yeah.
shoot the carbs right back up. Yeah.
I'll take the white gravy, hold the burger.
Yeah. And I've yet to buy a loaf of that low carb bread that I forget who told me about it. I don't know if it's Lisa or one of them told me about it. I've seen it at Walmart, and I was actually at Walmart today and thought about it when I was going in, and my squirrel syndrome kicked in, and totally walked right past it. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in.
So what do you think's a good number for the old 904 there, Ed?
Number as in what? Selling it?
Yeah, I got both chucks for it. I got the cutters from 7/16 up to 1 1/4 inch for it. It's a swivel based machine.
I have.
I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it yet.
Yeah, I have no clue what they're going for.
Well, without the cutters, you're talking $1,100.
Yeah. I like I said, I have no clue what used ones are going for or anything like that. So
I'll just tell you this then. Watch on eBay, because if you look long enough, you can get a real good deal and pick one up like I did for about $475.
Yeah. There's
mine
other
was
stuff.
like brand new still.
Well, there's other stuff I need to buy before I buy that. So, one of these days I'll hit the lottery and I'll just buy all the toys I want to buy.
I keep thinking that, but you know what? You see where I still am, huh?
Well, it would mean I'd have to spend money on buying a ticket too. So I can't see buying a ticket. So maybe somebody rich and famous will pass away and they'll leave me money in their will.
How much you gonna leave us, Daryl?
I ain't gonna leave nothing.
I told my daughter, I'm leaving her everything I got, my debt and all.
I'll bet you that didn't go over big.
She laughed. No, my life insurance will cover any debt I have incurred. So
I don't have any debt. I paid everything off.
Well, like my house, my life insurance will pay my house off, and anything like that I have outstanding.
I got mortgage insurance for that. If I drop that, it's paid off. Very much hold on. I only owe like $10,000.
I still owe right around 50,000. So,
Wow.
and that's what a bunch of people were telling me. Oh, just refinance your house to get your roof.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, because if I refinance, the interest rates right now, I'll be paying like a third more, at least, what I'm paying now, and have longer to pay on it. I don't want to be paying on my house when I'm 80 years old. I want, it's still going to be like 5 years after I retire, I'm paying on it, but or when I would like to retire, I should say.
So what? The insurance company ain't going to pay for it?
Nope.
See, now you could be like Jeff. All he's got to do is go plow up his backyard, so he can find them daggone the mason jars that he forgot where he planted them at.
but they are starting to do the siding Thursday, or the 7th. 7th is Thursday.
So
Wednesday?
they want you to live with the patched roof and the rest, screw you type of thing.
Yeah, the insurance company says that the match is good enough for the year of the house and the year of the shingles.
Wow.
I can't get a good picture. Like when it rains, they really stand out.
Oh,
But
I
every
bet
picture,
you they.
but every picture I've taken when they're standing out to the naked eye, you can't. There's just the camera won't show it. It blends it together too well. So,
And how old's the roof?
probably at least 20 years old. But the good thing
Well,
is that the good
they
thing
got to
is
do the
that-
siding. Though.
yeah, they're doing the siding. They are doing the siding. But the good thing
The whole
is
house.
yep, the whole house, whole entire house.
Wow.
Uh,
That actually, Ed, I would take the patch job and the whole house siding then, because that's
Yeah.
actually more money.
yeah, but the nice thing is probably the next bad storm we have. If I lose any more shingles, the shingles are discontinued, and they had a hard time finding a bundle to do the patch job. So maybe by the next time there's a bad storm, they won't be able to get the shingles to patch it. So,
Yep. Well.
Insurance company will tell you then, you know what? Get yourself to Walmart, go buy one of them great big, this big by this big blue tarps, and just put it over the roof, nail it down.
I was actually looking at the brown ones at Harbor Freight. They match better.
Yeah, I don't think I want a tarp roof.
So, but like I said, the shingles are no longer available, and they're just selling their own. Owens Corning, and even Owens Corning said we're just selling off what stocks in stores. We don't make any more. They're all shipped out. We don't have any in storage. Good luck finding them. And the insurance company actually called around or checked around and found some stores within a reasonable distance that still had some in stock, and my contractor had to go get those and patch the roof in. So, like I said, maybe by the next big huge windstorm we have, and I lose a bunch more shingles, they won't be able to
Look out. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Maggie. Look out.
Yeah. So,
And how much you say it would cost to put metal roof on that house, Ed?
they didn't give me a firm price, but they said somewhere between $17,000 and $20,000.
Holy cow!
Yeah, because they got to tear off, replace some wood, and then the installation, because my roof is so chopped up with different pitches and angles and everything else. It's not just it doesn't look like just a standard roof. So it's fairly labor intensive.
Hey, Wayne.
And that's still cheaper. Is that cheaper than metal?
It is metal.
That is the metal roof between 17 and 20,000.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure the everybody tells me shingles would be cheaper, and at this point, sure, put 30 year shingles on it. I don't care. Hi, Wayne.
Okay, Maggie. Okay, this is my dinner, not yours. Back off, you calm dog.
Ooh. Wayne just said that Family Dollar is discontinuing carrying the peanut butter and jelly blaster. They've got it marked down to $5 a can from $7.25. I may have to stop there on my way home.
What is a peanut butter and jelly blaster?
It's peanut butter and jelly mix.
PB Blaster penetrating oil.
Oh,
PBJ.
okay.
That's why I was being a smartass.
But why should anything be different for you this time?
Wayne, actually, I have already had an Amish company come out and price it, and they were about 14,000, roughly. They said that may go up depending on what they find when they tear the shingles off. I'm like, just lay it over. You don't have to tear it off, and nobody will do a layover. So, which I understand,
My roof, the way I look at this way, the roof I had done, what was it, 2 years ago, something like that. I'm sure it'll outlast me. They covered the whole roof with new they had to put new plywood down. I wouldn't let them use OSB. They put all new 3/4 inch plywood down, and then covered that with snow and ice guard. The entire roof is covered in snow and ice guard with the 40-year shingle. The Timberland 40-year shingle. I look at it this way: I'll be dead, gone, and buried, even if I don't sell this house before that roof will need changing.
Ben says in the UK they use slate, clay, or concrete tiles. I would love to have a slate roof. There is just no company around here that will actually put a slate. Well, there are companies around that'll put slate roofs on, but they are stupid expensive. There's a house across the street from my shop that they had. I mean, it has a beautiful slate roof on it, but the chimney went bad, fell over, and took out probably a 5 foot by 8 foot long chunk of it. The people that were there living there were renting it. The contractor come out, and just to patch that roof with slate that I don't know if they reclaimed it or it's new slate or what, but it was almost $10,000, and it was only one little spot on the roof. So the guy that owned the house, he owns 4 of them right there. He put them all up for sale, and now they're sold. But yeah, it's stupid expensive.
Yeah, and y'all have hail up there every now and then too, don't you, Ed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, there's a possibility of that busting something like the clay roof or the.
Yeah. But, well, I know where, there used to be, I think they're still there, a whole bunch of the terracotta tile that they go up and then down like that. Yeah. And they're about 2 foot long. I know there's a whole bunch of that in storage. I could do my roof in that. There's probably enough there to do my roof.
You'd have to redo your trusses to do that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of extra weight.
Yeah. But, yeah, so they patched the one spot up that was the worst, and there's still like 3 spots that like one little tab's missing. I'll have my friend's son get up there this summer or spring and put some patch material on that if there's any nail heads or anything showing, and we'll just go with it, Ain't much I can do. Ain't much more I can do. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna refinance my house just to get a roof put on.
That'd be asinine,
right? And I thought about doing the steel roofing myself. Yeah, I could do it. I know how to do it. I just, at this point in life, I just don't want to get up on that roof. That's the easiest way I can say it.
You fall, you wouldn't be able to pay for the roof. You'd be you'd be crippled or something.
Mm-hmm. That would definitely be my luck.
I don't blame you. I know how to do roof too. Why do you think I didn't do mine? I'm not crazy.
Yep. So, and somebody also said, well, buy the material and get a bunch of your friends together. Ain't none of my friends want to get up on a roof either. Yeah, ain't none of my friends want to get up on a roof either. We're all.
That's kind of what we run into. We need to fence in this yard, but a bunch of our friends are just a doggone hole. They can't even drive the T-post.
Yeah,
that's my problem. I am with everything I got wrong with me. I can't drive the doggone things in the ground anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna now when the storm come through, it did damage like the clear plastic roofing shit that's on my pool house, and I opted not to have that fixed, and that covered basically covered my whole house for siding. The part that they weren't gonna, that the insurance company wasn't gonna do, just by not having that 1 or 2 panels replaced on that roof, covered the cost of the siding. So I'm like, cool, I'll get up there and do that roof, because basically I'll be standing on a ladder, and it's not that high, and it's only going to take like 8 sheets or something like that. So,
and that stuff's like what, $25, $30 a sheet, depending on what style.
No, I'm going to use old stuff. Little stone with redo.
I've seen that done, Wayne. With it's
Yeah.
kind of like a tar substance. They spray that tar on it, and
Uh-huh.
then come back and put like sand on top of that.
I never knew they did that. I may have to check in to see how much that is. No, Scott, out at my mom's house, for years, we have a stack of what they call top and bottom sheets from when they're shipping the steel, and it varies in length from like 5 foot to 20 foot, and there's a pretty good stack out there. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to get a bunch of that, and the colors don't match all the time, but I don't care about the pool house because you can't see it from the road anyway. So, and worst comes to worst, I'll spray paint it.
There you go.
I just don't want to use that stuff on my house because, for one, there ain't enough sheets there that are the same length. You'd have like a patchwork. So,
Yeah, that siding is that the siding job alone. If you had to pay that out of pocket, that'd probably be $20,000.
Probably. I didn't see they sent it to me, but I didn't look at it close enough to see exactly what the total price is on all the siding. So, but hey, it's getting done. They're going to start it. They said the material will be delivered on the 6th. The electricians will be here the morning of the 7th to pull the meter box and wire off the house. And then as soon as they get that done, the siding crew will start tearing off and putting on. So,
Oh, they'll have that done in a couple days, probably.
yeah, yep, I'm hoping.
So what? You gonna be without power for a day or two, or they gotta do that part first and then turn the power back on?
They are not going to disconnect the power. They're just basically pulling the meter box off the house enough that they can get the siding behind it, and the wires that run up and stuff. They're just going to detach that from the house. And he said that that's the side that the damage of the house is on. So they'll do that first and get that all in and done and back on before that'll be done in a day. So, and everything's one story. It's ranch. So, I mean, it should go pretty quick, hopefully. I've got 2 wood porches on my house that aren't attached to the house. They're just butted up against the siding. I'm just wondering how they're going to do that. I'm thinking they're probably just going to cut J-channel and leave the old siding there and box it in with J-channel and, go on about their siding. So whatever. As long as it gets done, I'm about fed up with it. So, I'm tired of dealing with it.
Watch, they'll raise your taxes. They'll increase the value of your house because you're putting new siding on.
Yeah.
Well, probably, but, I was just wondering. I was just wondering though, since the insurance company is giving me the money and then I'm paying the contractor, can I take that off on my income tax for home improvements?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. I can't believe they're giving you the money. Usually they hand it to the contractor and tell you, nope.
Well,
then the contractor has to get the insurance company to come out there and verify it before they'll sign off on it.
Well, that I was thinking that this construction company was going to want money up front to pay materials and stuff like that. And I asked them, and they're like, after the insurance company sent me a check, and they're like, no, we'll settle up when everything's all done and you're happy. Okay, so I've got more money in my savings account right now than I've ever had.
Yeah, too bad it won't stay there long, huh?
It's been there about a month now, so I've got like $3 in interest on it. So, all right, y'all. It's been an hour. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I actually got some stuff done before the live stream, so I don't have quite as much to do, but I still got some stuff to do. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and having hopefully a good time. So remember to smash that like button for me, and we will catch you all next weekend.